Everybody, to the latest episode of the NFL Draft Geek Film Room. I'm Brian Johannes, and I'm continuing to work my way through 2019 NFL Draft prospects. And today we're looking at Clemson defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. Here's a guy that I was a huge fan of. Watching him in 2016, he played defensive end for them that season. He had a big year last year. He decided to come back. So he'll be entering his senior season. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to look at some of the different traits that he has, kind of highlight what type of prospect he is, and then at the very end, kind of give my overall thoughts on him. So let's not waste any more time. Let's look at this first play. And this play, let me kind of put it out there. It's going to be a quick screen pass, but Christian Wilkins is right here. But what I wanted to highlight here is kind of his speed and acceleration. So as we see here, I'll just play it quick. This tackle is not really going to put a whole lot of effort into blocking him. I get that. So don't hit me up in the comment section being like, dude, that was a screen pass. I get it. But the reason I picked this clip to highlight is his explosion. He gets up on this quarterback a little quick. Once again, I get it that it's a screen pass, but if you look at him, he's able to come quick off his stance, use his hands quick. He got into that backfield a lot quicker than they anticipated. Yeah, he's still able to backpedal and drop that off because he came from the outside, but it kind of shows you the quickness that he has to get past that lineman. They would probably love to block him a little bit longer, but in all the long run, it didn't really matter. Okay. The next clip I'm going to show you, and this is one of the things about Christian Wilkins, is they've got such a talented line. You got Clelin Ferrell, who's probably going to be a top 10 pick. You got Dexter Lawrence, who's been a stud run defender. You've got Austin Bryant, who's another guy that's got first-round buzz, and Christian Wilkins too. So you got four guys that could go in the first round. I don't think all four of them do, but you got four guys that could go in the first round. And so they do a lot, and Wilkins is a guy that kind of takes a back seat to an extent, and they use him a lot, and this is a prime example. He's going to stunt out to his left, out to this right tackle, I'm sorry, and they're running a three-man rush, and he, as you see here, look at this power. He's able to get underneath that right tackle and knock him off balance. Let me play that the entire time without stopping it. He's able to slant out to his left, get that guy off balance, and then cut back in. And if the quarterback wasn't, taken off right away, look at the quarterback. He hits his back foot, and he's going right away. Basically like a draw. If he would have just kind of stepped into the pocket, Christian Wilkins would have easily, could have easily had a sack right there. So he's got the ability to, at 6'3", 310 pounds, he can get underneath offensive tackles, get underneath guys, and use his power to get them off balance to then attack. All right, next clip is actually this next play, so I'll just let it run through. It's going to kind of show his ability to shed blocks. So here he is. He's going to be lined up over the center, and he's going to kind of cut across, and the center is trying to block him. They're going to run a power to the left, and he's able to use his lateral agility, use his hands. He's free right there. He's turning to be able to make this play. It looks like he's going to get a tackle for loss, but as you see, 64 here, the center, hooks him, okay, causes him to lose his balance, and, that should have been a hold. It doesn't end up getting called, but as you can see here, look at this lateral agility. Okay, the shed, that should have been a tackle for loss. Okay, so he's got that ability to take on those blocks, shuck them to the side, and then react to make a play in the backfield. All right, last clip that I'm going to show you before I move on is right here. So here he is. He's right here. He tends to play that left defensive tackle spot. He's usually kind of shading the guard, whether it's the inside shade or the outside shade. And he's just going to show you this ability to just get, he kind of got a little skinny there and made that right guard, Wyatt Teller, who got drafted this past year, kind of whiff on him. So he gets the, a little bit of a shoulder turn. I know he's kind of looking like he's going to pass him off a little bit too. He's able to get kind of skinny in there, and he gets into the quarterback's face. So he's got that little bit of a shoulder turn. He's got that burst. He's got that quickness, able to get into the backfield. Okay, he gets his hands up, and this, I mean, it's not a quarterback. I mean, it's kind of a quarterback hit, but it's a pressure. Look at this where this ball, he had to get it up there. He had to arc it. It ends up being an overthrow. The reason why that's an overthrow is because of Christian Wilkins. Okay? He knows that he can't just drive it out there. He knows he has to get some arc on it to get it over him, and ends up causing an incomplete pass. Okay? Now, Christian Wilkins, I'm not going to be on here saying this guy is a top 5 pick. He's the best defensive lineman in this class. I don't agree with that. At one time, after watching him in 2016, trying to project him forward, I would have said that. I think he's got some flaws. He disappears too many times in games. I watched the Alabama National semifinal game, and I was trying to find clips of that game to show, and he was non-existent. So he can disappear too much. I think part of that is how he's used in their defense. They use him to drop into coverage at times, and they do that to their other linemen too. They kind of slant him and do games with him where he slants outside to free up the defensive ends. They use him as pick guys on those loop plays. So I think if you put him in an aggressive 4-3 defense where he's able to get upfield, I think he's going to have a lot of success. Because he does show burst, he does show quickness, he does show the ability to use his hands. It'll be interesting to see how he does this upcoming year, how well he does. Like I said, they've got 4 guys that could be potentially are talked about as first-round picks. He's the guy that I think has the potential to be the second best player on that defensive line. But it's all about how he's used, and it's trying to project him forward, because I don't think he's used to his perfect makeup. And I actually liked him the best as a sophomore when they lined him up at defensive end. They had good defensive tackles. They didn't need him as a defensive tackle, so they slid him out to kind of like a base 5 technique, and that's where I thought he had his most success. And I don't think he necessarily plays that in the NFL, but you put him as a 3 technique defense tackle, get him upfield, I think that's where he's going to have the most success. Well, I hope you guys like this. Make sure you hit me up with your comments, whether it's in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe. You can hit me up on Twitter at draft_Brian, at NFL Draft Geek. Make sure you're hitting up NFLDraftGeek.com for all your draft needs. We're year-round. We have new content up on a daily basis, even this summer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, we'll see you later.